Hello, Madison. How are you? All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, I think we're looking pretty good. This is definitely making some good progress here. My main concern is still the lowercase uh, character set because you just got so many varied sizes of letters. There's no consistency, and that's problematic. I mean, let's take a look at the U. Okay, and let's go ahead and take a look at the U next to the M. If you take that U and bring it next to the M is clearly much, much bigger. And I think the reason for these inconsistencies is you haven't used guides while addressing the scale of each individual letter form. So what I would recommend is just draw your baseline in there. Make sure everything is sitting good and consistently on the baseline, right? Then draw the mean line. And each of these letter forms should reach that mean line consistently. So if you have a line coming across through here, right? Right through here, each of the tops of those letters should reside consistently in its spatial relationship to the mean line. And that's really important because right now there's so many variations in your type size. It's really, really super inconsistent. Talking about the lowercase letters, the uppercase letters seem to be just fine. Um, I think the lowercase v, I would put a kind of an apex down in there because right now it's curved, and that it could definitely be construed as a U. I mean, not many letter combinations can interchange a U and a V, but nonetheless, um, you definitely want to make some visual differences. There are some visual differences, but if you look at the V alone, apart from everything, it looks like a U. All right, and that could end up being problematic later on down the line when you start typesetting. Here's a good example of what I'm talking about of these inconsistent type sizes. The O is clearly much smaller than the P, the N, M, and a lot of these other letter forms. Right now, you've got this little kind of Z shape on the tittle for your I and your J. I do not recommend doing that. I recommend using the same shape as you have here for the period. That's just too small. It's not going to stand up to scale differences, so I would definitely recommend that you address that. Letters are looking pretty good. I still think the letters could have a more consistent relationship, specifically in the way that the strokes are tapered. So like you've got that taper right there, but we don't see any of those kind of curved. We see it somewhat here in the three, somewhat some of the other letter forms, but I'm just trying to see, okay, that one, I mean, shouldn't you be using that kind of tapered from the vertical stem you've used in the B, the D, the H, the L, the K? You've already established that as a common visual language that you're using, so you might as well use it down in your letter forms. I think the letter forms, I'm sorry, the numeric character set could still use some further revisions. Excuse me. Same thing with the exclamation point and the question mark. I'm going to try to get a higher degree of visual harmony based on what you've got going on up here. My final comment now, I talked about scale in and of the lowercase typeset, but I also think that there's some issues of scale when we take a look at the spatial relationships between the lowercase character set and the uppercase character set. And the reason I say that is that some of these letter forms, okay, so the M looks like it could fit right up in there and be the same size. So lowercase letter forms should, of course, be considerably smaller than their uppercase counterparts. So what you would want to do, again, I think this kind of points to not using guides, specifically baseline, mean line, cap line, ascender line, descender line, to establish the scale relationships, the spatial relationships based on scale of the uppercase character set, the lowercase character set. Conversely, your numbers are huge; they're enormous. Let me see what we've got here. So we can see a lot of what I'm talking about here. You got such fluctuation; it's really difficult to read the letter forms. And I think a lot of the reason has to do with the fact that there's just such a variation in the sizes. Okay, it looks like you're doing everything you can to try to get these adjusted. And it looks like you did some scaling here to address those, but I would definitely reconsider the relationship of the scale based on the lowercase character set and its comparison to the uppercase character set. Other than that, I think we're looking pretty good. So good work so far. Okay, if you have any questions at all, please let me know. But I'd like to see those changes moving forward. All right, thank you very much.